From Wave, your Kentucky Derby official station, this is Sunrise at the Downs. Sponsored by River City Bank.
Good morning. We're getting ready for Wednesday here at Churchill Downs. Those gates open at 11:30 this morning. It's been a drizzly morning. It's a baseball hat kind of day, right?
Yeah, you don't want to ruin your nice derby hat or fascinator on a morning like this. But hey, Tawana had to relocate. You were down there at the track and got a face full of mud.
Yeah, it hit me right above the end. Oh. And I was like, I love these horses, but I need some space. So back off now. Yeah, so we found some other spots, and I didn't gave up on the hair, Bella, right now. The hair survived the rain, so that's good. But what we're seeing right now, still these scattered showers across our region, continuing to watch more of them drifting through our area. So for those of you in southern Indiana, you're seeing that rain from near Bedford to Charlestown into Floyd County, getting in on this in the metro. Still watching that one batch of rain moving from downtown over towards the Highlands, and continuing to monitor even more of these showers showing up anywhere from near Brandenburg to Bardstown to Springfield, and even some spotty showers down towards Greensburg and Gradyville getting in on that rain. Now your temperatures right now in the upper 50s and low 60s for this morning. We're going to climb into the mid to upper 60s for highs this afternoon as we keep an eye on some drier conditions showing up for the second half of the day. So keep that in mind. While we are soggy and damp this morning, the afternoon is looking a lot better as we return to those mid to upper 60s for your afternoon highs. So keep that in mind for those of you heading down to the track. And don't forget that we're still watching a few more light rain chances once we head into your Oaks Day. Ladies?
Thanks, Tawana. And today's your last chance to catch the Derby and Oaks horses up close during morning workouts. Those workouts are open right now, and you only have 3 hours left to check them out. The track empty right now, getting ready for that exclusive window for Oaks and Derby horses for 15 minutes starting at 7:15. And you can park in the yellow or turquoise lots and watch from sections 115 to 117.
They're getting that track ready. Someone who's going to be very busy over the next few days is Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and happy Derby to you.
Happy Derby to y'all and to all our Kentuckians and the hundreds of thousands of our friends that we're about to welcome into Louisville.
Right. What does Derby this next few days mean to you and mean to Kentucky?
Well, it's incredibly important. For me, it's a work day, but what a place to come to work. I walk about 8 miles every Derby because there are CEOs all across this track that could bring jobs to Kentucky, and I want to take advantage of every every single minute of it. There are travel reporters that are here that will tell our story far and wide, and I want to make sure we get the most out of it. This is a place where the whole world looks to us, looks to Kentucky and Louisville, and we get to show them the very best about us. And for me, it's about that new Kentucky home, that place that you don't just want to start a business, you want to move your family to. It's a chance to show a little bit about our lifestyle and who we are, because I believe that when people see how proud we Kentuckians are of our home, they'll want to be a part of that.
And you have a special job in the winner's circle too. What's it like to be able to be part of that experience, hand over that trophy?
Well, the first year was very nerve-wracking. You have two jobs. You have about 2 minutes to hype up your state. You want to talk about the great things that are happening in Kentucky, and then you can't drop that trophy.
Right. No, you cannot.
The first year, I handed over the pedestal with it too. So they don't tell you that. It's sitting right on top of a little pedestal, but here's the cheat. There are zip ties that hold the very top part on it.
Phew.
So that it doesn't fall off when they lift it up.
All right. I have to ask, any Derby horse favorite yet?
Well, it's a big field. I'm watching Brad Cox's horses because Louisville native, and while he does have a Derby win, he's never gotten to hold that trophy in that winner's circle. Looking at Emerging Market, another Kentucky bred horse that I think has got a really good shot, but I'm hoping for a dry Derby, a little different weather than we have right now, and one where everybody can just really enjoy.
Us too. We'd like a dry Derby too.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, Tawana told us she can only give us a dry Derby or a warm Derby, and I guess this year we're going to get a dry one. That's good, though.
We'll take it.
Yeah, and your kids will be here with you?
They will. Will and Lila are now 16 and 15, and to think about when this journey started 6.5 years ago, the pictures will be a little different this year. Will's a couple inches taller than I am,
and he's going to hang with you and not in the infield on Oaks Day?
He's not going to the infield.
That's like the high school experience in Kentucky. Yeah.
It's some people's high school experience. We're going to keep it tight. He really enjoys Derby, as does Lila. They were very excited about their fashion this year.
Oh, good.
Something that I wasn't as into in high school, but they do a whole lot better than me.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, Governor, thanks for your time, and I hope you have some comfy shoes for the 8 miles you'll be walking Derby Day.
I'll be ready. It's worth it. To everybody out there, happy Derby.
Happy Derby to you. Thank you.
All right. So yesterday we had 5-0 Tuesday. Today it is Wednesday, and this is a huge boost for a number of nonprofits because Churchill Downs has partnered with the Community Foundation of Louisville to help local nonprofits. 50 groups were given special online links to tickets, and part of the money from those ticket purchases will go right to the nonprofits. Gates open at 11:30, and the first of 10 races today is at 12:45.
And the Belle of Louisville will be back on the Great Steamboat Race tonight. The Mary M. Miller was declared the winner last year after the Belle had to sit out because of some damage, but good news here, they spent the winter taking care of the Belle, and it's now making its return in hopes to take back those coveted silver antlers this year. The Belle will be racing the Belle of Cincinnati, and we talked to the captains this morning, and hey, they are both talking a lot of smack right now. So that race starts at 6 o'clock tonight, and we'll even have live coverage of the race. Natalia Martinez and Jose Zazaya will be on board each ship, and they do a lot of their own trash talking too.
Most definitely. There's also a new Kentucky Derby Festival event that is taking place tonight. It is expected to be very pretty. It is called the Water Lantern Festival. So you can head over to Kroger's Festival, and starting at 6, you can create a personalized lantern, and then at sunset, those lanterns will be released onto the water of the Ohio River. Tickets are $58. That includes entry, one festival kit with a lantern, and entry into a scavenger hunt giveaway. Those under the age of 18, reminder that you do have to be accompanied by an adult 21 years or older.
But we know this week there's a lot of partying going on, and tonight thousands will be partying with a purpose at the annual Urban League Derby Gala. That's at the Norton Healthcare and Learning Center, and it'll kick off at 6 o'clock. There will be a silent auction and recognition for our outstanding community leaders. Organizers say last year's gala set the bar as the premier Derby event, and this year they're looking to break it. Tickets for the gala are sold out, but you can still enjoy live music from Common and Tank and the Banga. Tickets are available on their website. And you can join us on Friday night right after the Oaks for our Night at the Gala special. It's your way into some of the most exclusive parties in town, and we'll show you some of the charities that are being supported by those galas. Kevin Harnett and I will be your hosts for that night, and it starts at 9 o'clock on Friday night. We'll try to see who's on the red carpet and bring you some exclusive interviews with those celebrity guests.
It's going to be so much fun. Oh, the sun is coming up. What a beautiful shot this is at 7:15. The track will be open to just the Derby and Oaks horses. And let's go to Rob Wells. He is here on the backside as well. And yes, you did need that poncho this morning.
Yeah, no doubt, Shannon, we certainly did. Maybe a little bit of break in the rain, we certainly hope so. The horses have taken a break right now. The track is completely empty at this point. They're getting ready to do a little updating and tidying up of the track. A bit more of a challenge this morning. Actually, you can see one of the tractors coming down. It's going to pass by here in just a minute. They're grooming and making sure that things are updated correctly for all the horses out there. Again, so much rain overnight, really making things a little bit more of a challenge. Rex Edwards is here with me. You're out here every year. What brings you out this morning, and what's so exciting about it this year?
I had a friend of mine that wanted to come out to Dawn at the Downs, and had an opportunity to bring him to the backside. So I said, we're not going to do the public side. We're going to go to the backside and really get the full experience.
This is where I call it the blood, sweat, and tears really happens. It's 24/7. It never stops out here.
It doesn't. So during the Derby time of the year, right, it's extremely busy. Lots of people coming in from out of town. So you have your normal people, and then you have a lot of others that get to come back and see and enjoy what horse racing is really about.
Okay, you see again the equipment going right by as Rex and I are talking out here. They have a huge job making sure that the surfaces are smooth, consistent, and ready for the champions that are going to be out here. You've been out here more than 20 years coming to this. Things that you like, things that maybe you could live without with the Derby.
So I love the fact that it makes Louisville shine. So the people that have never been here before get an opportunity to see and do things, and the town itself is really phenomenal, and we get to show that. So a lot of changes in the 20 years, especially here to the backside, as well as all the renovations. So it's great to see that as we move forward, the updates and the changes that Churchill Downs is doing.
Hey, Rex, thanks so much. So again, you're kind of seeing what's going on. If you haven't got out now to check out Dawn at the Downs, this is your last day to do it. So a little soggy, but that is not dampening the spirits of the folks out here this morning. Get out and enjoy it. Make it a great time. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rob. Yeah, a bit of a rainy morning, but looking ahead now, tomorrow will be a celebration of all things Kentucky.
Yeah, tomorrow is the 13th year of Derby at the track. It's become a day with a lot of locals head out here to Churchill Downs. And to celebrate Derby, Churchill Downs says there will be a lot of displays celebrating the state's rich history. That includes a Kentucky print giveaway, bluegrass music performances, and special bourbon experiences, of course. The gates tomorrow will open earlier than they will today. They'll open an hour earlier, 10:30, and that first race is at 12:45.
2 of the past 3 years, Derby has seen record-setting attendance. Churchill Downs says there was a record attendance set in 2023 with nearly 55,000 people there, but that record only lasted for 1 year because the current attendance record was actually set in 2024 with more than 60,000 racing fans there. Now, attendance did dip slightly last year, but we'll have to see how fans turn out this year.
That'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
This week is flying by, isn't it?
No, usually by Wednesday, I'm like, oh, we're halfway through the week, but no, this week, I'm telling you, it's a marathon.
It really is. So they are getting that track ready, so it'll be nice for those Oaks and Derby contenders coming out here in just about 4 minutes from now. Stay with us. Coming up, we're going to be talking to First Lady Britainy Beshear. Thanks for staying with us here, 7:13 right now, and we just had the governor on, and now we have his beautiful wife, First Lady Britainy Beshear. Good to see you. Happy Derby.
Happy Derby. Great to be here.
Now, we're sharing a really strong message here with you, too, talking about human trafficking, because we've always heard, you know, the Derby such a big event for human trafficking. How are you fighting that and putting the awareness out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you said, big sporting events are hotspots for human trafficking. And so one of the things that I have done is created a task force. It's the Kentucky Human Trafficking Awareness Coalition, for which Andy signed an executive order. And I have brought individuals in from lots of different areas, including healthcare, law enforcement, government. And the goal is to share expertise and best practices so that we can come together and figure out how to best not only educate the public, but help turn victims into survivors.
And when someone is here at the track, are there things to look out for that may be a sign that that person may need intervention, may need help?
Absolutely. So some of the signs to look for are individuals who won't make eye contact, people who won't speak for themselves, people who won't move or do something without looking towards another person. And while those signs are kind of hard to spot, if you see something, say something.
And who should you say something to? Sorry.
So one of the things I'm hopeful for this year is that Churchill will help us with some different signage in the bathrooms, for example. That's a really easy way to post what to do if you spot something. And one of the other things I'm hopeful for is something called a buddy badge. And it's something that every volunteer and staff member at Churchill can have in their lanyard. And not only does it help identify what to look for, but a number to call or what you should do if you see somebody in that situation.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much on that. But we do have to ask you, too, if you have a Derby favorite right now, as you're out here at the backside scoping them out, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, right now I'm leaning towards Commandment, but we'll see.
All right. Well, you and your husband.
I just really like the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's as good a reason as any, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you and your husband are on the same page, so you can place that bet together.
I love this. Double the money, right?
Maybe. Hopefully, good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Well, when we were in the car on the way over to the track this morning, we were saying, okay, Tawana, give us the latest. And when she told us the temperature for Derby morning, Olivia literally gasped.
I said I haven't gasped that loud or dramatically in a long time.
Let's just say I have a coat that is complementary to my Derby outfit.
I don't. And I'm not going to wear one because I'm going to power through it. I care
Not
about
me.
the outfit.
I'm getting a coat.
Y'all heard her say this, right?
I'm saying
Because
it.
on Derby morning, I'm just going to throw that out there. For those of you heading out right now, though, we're still focused in on this. This is the system responsible for the rain that we're dealing with right now. But this low is gradually tracking off towards the east, which is good news because that means eventually we will see some more sunshine and some drier conditions in the forecast. But right now, here's what we're dealing with. A lot more of that rain tracking through our area. Every part of Wave Country has some sort of rain right now, from Bedford to Scottsburg to Charlestown. You're dealing with those lighter showers. We're seeing in the metro some more of that light to moderate rainfall from near the Portland neighborhood into Jeffersonville and Prospect. For those of you in Valley Station down to Hillview, you're also seeing some more of that rain moving your way. And watching another wave of heavier rain trying to push off towards the east. So we're seeing that stretching from Brandenburg front to Shepherdsville, Bardstown, Springfield, with some spotty showers all the way south in the portions of Taylor County and even Adair County. Because of the clouds, because of the rain, our temperatures have not budged much this morning. We're still sitting in the upper 50s and the low 60s right now. And as we get into the afternoon, we're expecting highs to jump into the upper 60s. So not too far to go, but at least warmer than what we're dealing with right now, and warmer than what we're going to see for the rest of the week, by the way. So the rain chances that we're dealing with as of this moment will continue through the 8-9 o'clock hour. We get closer to 10 a.m. We do dry out a bit, but notice still an isolated shower or two lingering through the afternoon and into the early evening. So we'll be drier for later on today. Now we'll also keep some drier conditions, still some clouds around for the overnight into tomorrow. Your Thurby still looking pretty good. A mix of sun and clouds, highs in the low 60s. We'll take that. We'll take the sunshine. We'll take the dry weather, especially after the start that we're dealing with today. And then for Oaks Day, highs only in the upper 50s and low 60s, so not very warm at all, but at least we're going to be mainly dry. A couple of spotty light showers and areas of drizzle will be possible as we head through your Oaks Day in the morning, especially, and then drying out by the afternoon. But still overall, still a chilly day. And then for your Derby day, we're looking at Derby morning. This is why Olivia gasps. Derby morning, we're talking upper 30s and low 40s across the area, getting into the upper 50s for highs at best, even with some sunshine getting through the clouds. And at least it's not going to be, you know, like Sunday morning when we'll be back into the 30s for everybody, even some frost in some spots. But once we get into next week, we'll get back into those 60s and 70s for highs with some rounds of rain in the forecast. So at least things are trending drier for later on this week. The only concern is that light rain for Oaks Day, but I'll take a drier forecast for sure compared to, you know, what we're dealing with right now.
Well, last year it was cold and drizzly.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
We'll take it. Yes,
Will.
absolutely. Thank you. And find that coat and find some closed-toe shoes. All right, let's tell you about this guy. His name is Tom Carpenter. Listen to this. He has been to the Derby every year since 1967. Even during COVID, when fans couldn't be at the track during the race, he and his friends got a scissor lift and they parked it across from the track, raised it up so they could still see the finish line. He said he's been to the Derby with old friends, made new ones, won and lost, of course, and he says there's one part in particular he just loves.
When they sing My Old Kentucky Home and the horses come out and the roar of the crowd. But when those horses leave the starting gate, it's just phenomenal.
Okay, so with someone who's been here for so many times, who is it that he likes this year? Well, he says he's eyeing Renegade, a Renegade trained by Todd Pletcher, current odds 5-1.
I want to know how many he's won, though, in all
such a
those
good point.
years.
Yes.
We'll have to ask that. But thousands of people came out to Churchill Downs to celebrate 5 Tuesday yesterday. It was the fourth year for the tradition that celebrates Louisville, and it gives locals a chance to get out to the track during Derby week. Fans say it helps build some excitement leading up to the main event later this week, and they can celebrate their community.
It's just a great community. You see all the people getting together, you know, no matter what race, creed, culture, and we're just having a good time and so celebrating 502. Love Louisville.
So Churchill still hasn't released the official attendance numbers for yesterday just yet, but it was a beautiful day. I'm sure they drew a great crowd. And today is Wednesday at the track. 50 local nonprofits will benefit from ticket sales today, so you can still grab tickets by going to the Community Foundation of Louisville website. There are 10 races for the day. Gates open at 11:30, and that first race is at 12:45. I'm sure a lot of people will still be out here and at least get nicer out compared to what we're seeing this morning.
Yes, if you head out here this morning on the backside, it's a baseball baseball hat, but you can trade it for that fascinator later on. We're going to bring you much more in the next half hour here on Sunrise at the Downs.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good Wednesday, coming at you live from the backside of Churchill Downs on a drizzly Wednesday morning. I'm Olivia Russell.
And I'm Shannon Kogan. We'll be getting the latest on the weather for Wednesday from Tawana in just a moment. Yes, but today it's about helping local nonprofits. Churchill Downs has partnered with the Community Foundation of Louisville to help about 50 groups. They were chosen, and there are special online links where you can get your tickets, and then part of that money from the ticket purchases goes right to those nonprofits. The gates open today at 11:30. First of 10 races is at 12:45. So we talked about it being drizzly this morning. What about for those coming out for Wednesday, Tawana?
This afternoon is looking a lot better than what we're dealing with this morning. So that's good news. Here's the radar as of right now. Some more of those showers continuing to move through our area, monitoring some of that rain coming down a little bit more for those of you in the Bedford area to Scottsburg, Clark County, into parts of Harrison County, especially south of Corydon. You're getting in on the rain. Now more rain starting to move back into the metro between Shively, PRP, Valley Station. You're getting that moderate to heavy rain in your area. This stretches all the way towards Okalota and Fern Creek, even parts of J-Town getting in on that. From Brandenburg to Bardstown to Springfield, you're seeing some moderate to heavy rain in your area as of this moment. Your temperatures in the 50s and the low 60s. So off to a cool start, a damp start for sure. We will see drier conditions showing up for later on this afternoon as we watch for your temperatures warming up. So while we are certainly going to be on the wet side this morning, so have the rain gear on for this morning, you'll need the sunglasses for later on this afternoon. We'll see temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 60s for your highs across our region for later on today. Now, as we look ahead, we see some drier conditions tomorrow, and then we'll watch for some spotty showers in the forecast for portions of your Oaks Day.
Well, we're joined by someone who is very busy, but he knows everything here. The CEO of Churchill Downs, Bill Carstanjen. Great to see you. Happy Derby.
Thank you. Happy Derby to you guys as well.
Yeah,
nice
so we were
to see you guys.
talking about numbers. 5-0 Tuesday broke records.
All-time record for attendance on 5-0 Tuesday. So great. Appreciate the community's support. Appreciate the community's enthusiasm. Everybody was dressed up and fired up. So record for not only handle, but also attendance.
And as people come out, I mean, even the locals, whether they come once a year, every other year, something like that, it's like there's something new every time they come out here. What are you all working on right now to spice up Churchill Downs?
Well, we always try new things. The mantra to the team, the culture of our company is try new things, be consistent with tradition, celebrate tradition, but challenge ourselves and give our customers new things to focus on. So last year we started Wednesday, which is today now, and that was a hit last year, and I expect big things today from that as well.
And speaking about trying new things, there's a very big new thing, the change for the Oaks time. It'll take place at 8:40. What do you want to tell Louisvillians about changing that time?
Well, first, as a transplanted Louisvillian, I didn't grow up here, but we're so lucky as a community to have something of such permanence. If you think of all these other communities out there, they may get a Super Bowl, they may get a World Series, they may get an NBA Finals, but we have the Derby and the Oaks every year. So we have this great tradition, we have this great thing to celebrate, and it's great to see it continuing to build. You know, the pink out, it hasn't been 152 years of the pink out, but that's something that's developed in the last 15 years. So the focus on women's advocacy, the focus on women's issues, the pink out, that really attracted the attention of our telecast partner, NBC, and they pushed us. They wanted to see us try new things. They wanted to see us accentuate and accelerate the event. So prime time is a great compliment to the city of Louisville and to our community as a whole that the nation's interested in this. So our job is to build it. That brings more people to our city, that fills more hotel rooms, that fills more people that want to come visit any day this week. So at the risk of disrupting some businesses, I always feel terrible about that. Don't want to disrupt businesses, but we've got to drive the whole of the community, and going on prime time is a real feather in the cap, not just for Churchill Downs, it's for our whole community. It builds the national presence of everything we do this week, both across the country and internationally as well.
So we also have to ask, do you have a Derby pick this year? As you're out here staking them out, the horses are on the track right now.
Well, if any of the trainers or owners of those Derby horses or Oaks horses are watching this, they've got their fingers crossed that I don't pick them. Because, I can't jinx anybody out here. They've worked so hard to get their horses here. The last thing they need is me putting pressure on them and jinxing them with the pick. So I do have some favorites in my head, but I'm not going to share those because I don't want to jinx these.
You're not going on the record. Okay, I have to ask you, because you usually get the list of the big names coming to town. You know, there's a big rumor about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift that they have purchased 10% of the Puma, and she could be here, maybe?
I don't know if they've purchased 10% of the Puma. And also, we are going to have a great list of celebrities, but I'm sworn to secrecy on the ones I've been told about that are not public yet, and I don't confirm or deny. You got to show up and come out here and see for yourself.
So you're saying there's a chance. There's a chance.
That's what we're reading into. Yes. All right, Bill Carstanjen, CEO of Churchill Downs, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
And happy Derby,
everybody.
All right. Well, as we just mentioned, one of those contenders is the Puma. And he's already won a pretty unique opportunity. Many kids adopted the Puma. Operation Open Arms provides support to children who have a parent who is currently incarcerated. Organizers brought those kids to Barn 42 yesterday to meet the Derby contender. The hope is that the experience will inspire those kids to reach new heights.
Very meaningful that these children are able to associate with the Kentucky Derby contender. You know, one of the things that we say, you can't win the race if you're not in it. And so here they are out with these four-legged, incredible athletes that have obviously overcome their own challenges to compete in the Kentucky Derby. It's such an inspiration to our children.
So kids were able to get up close and personal with the Puma, feeding him some carrots, which he seems to love. He has current odds of 7-2 in the Derby. He's trained by Gustavo Delgado, and jockey Javier Castellano will get the mount on the Puma. And we've heard that rumor that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce do own part of the Puma, and I'm convinced that's why the odds have gone up, because Taylor's fans just have that kind of power and influence on the world.
Yeah, the odds right now are 5-1, tied with Renegade. And one of the things that's further fueling this speculation is that one of the owners, Michael Iavarone, put out on social media, I signed an NDA, can't confirm or deny, but then he added a smiley face with a wink.
Okay, they have not denied anything, even as Bill just said right there. I can't say anything either way. I'm convinced there's a chance, so we're hanging on to that.
My goodness, could you imagine?
Right, but thousands of people and families have their own personal Derby traditions.
And for U of L healthcare workers, it's not so much about racing horses, but racing on kid bikes. This tradition continued yesterday with a relay-style race done on a children's bike with training wheels, of course. The team who took home the gold was called the Freudian Slips, a group of student psychologists at Fraser Rehab. U of L Health has been hosting this annual Derby bike race for over a decade.
May not parallel the Derby exactly, but we're pretty up there. I don't know if anyone did any wagers or anything.
I think the 150 fans here today equates to the 170,000 at Churchill Downs on Saturday. So, while they might have horses and jockeys, we had our bikes and our helmets today.
Well, good thing they had the helmets on, because you can see what happened right there. There was a crash.
They look so silly there.
Yeah, and they look like they're taking it really serious, and that looks rather painful, too. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they should be practicing year-round for this. That looks pretty intense, too.
There's an update, too, in the bourbon industry. Brown-Forman and Pernod Ricard have stopped negotiations regarding a merger.
The American and French companies both announced they could not reach an agreement after a month of discussion. Now this opens the door for the two largest bourbon companies in Louisville, Sazerac Spirits Company and Brown-Forman, to make a deal. The report from the Wall Street Journal says leaders at Sazerac approached Brown-Forman regarding potential merger of the companies, just weeks after the talks of Pernod Ricard and Brown-Forman. Brown-Forman released a statement on Tuesday saying, "We intend to create long-term value for all stakeholders by focusing on our strategic and operational priorities." The company, though, did not mention Sazerac in that statement.
And the Kentucky Derby is, of course, the start of the Triple Crown Series. But there are some alterations to the second and third jewels of the racing series this year. That's because renovations mean the Preakness and the Belmont will not be held at their traditional tracks. Pimlico Park in Baltimore, where the Preakness is held usually, is going through a $400 million reconstruction project. Upgrades include a demolition of the previous grandstands and the backside barns as well. New grandstand, clubhouse, infield, barns, plus a hotel will be built on the site. Pimlico is the second oldest racetrack in the country behind Saratoga. This year, the Preakness Stakes will relocate to Laurel Park. It sits about 20 miles south of Pimlico, and the Preakness is expected to return to Pimlico in 2027.
Meanwhile, Belmont Park, home of the Belmont Stakes, is finishing up a 3-year, $455 million renovation project. Updates were made to the grandstands, track surfaces, and a space to accommodate racing throughout the winter. Belmont Park is scheduled to reopen in September this year. The final leg of the Triple Crown will be held at Saratoga again this year. It's been there since 2024. We'll be right back.
on TV, Wyatt Lucas. How come?
Because it's my birthday today. I'm turning 13.
13!
Happy birthday!
So are you going to go for horse in breaking from the 13th hole?
No, my mom is.
Your mom is? Okay. What horse? Oh, that is Silent Tactic. Who are you going for?
Silent Tactic.
Oh, so you are?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, happy birthday.
And you've got your crew here celebrating with you. You all can wave.
Yeah. All right, so we know there's always new developments going on here at Churchill Downs.
The next major project after Derby is called Victory Run. It'll be built between the First Turn Club and the Sky Terrace. And Wave News reporter Kirsten Foote joining us now with what new additions are coming and the timeline. Good morning, Kirsten.
In just a few years here. Victory Run Club is going to plans to replace an uncovered ground level box suites. Now they're also going to be swapping out dining areas with new hospitality and seating offerings. The Victory Run project will cost up to $300 million. Victory Run will be 4 stories and offer views of the
and covered box seating. It's also going to seat 70. Construction will begin right after this year's Derby.
You know, this is a monumental project over 3 years. It'll provide a lot of jobs, both, during construction, but also, afterwards with these new amenities. We're very excited to continue to, upgrade and modernize Churchill Downs.
And Churchill Downs hopes to have that project done by the 2028 Derby, so lots to look forward to in the coming years with different renovations happening here. Shannon and Olivia, back to you guys.
Thank you, Kirsten. Well, here on the backside, the trainers get to become a very close, tight-knit community.
And this week, that community is without a legend, trainer Dwayne Lucas. He was a 4-time Derby winner and passed away in June, 1 week after he announced his retirement. For more than 35 years, the 4-time Derby winner was set up in Barn 44. Some of the trainers say it's been hard to go by that area this week.
I really miss Wayne because we used to talk a lot about mainly quarter horses, and like I just bought a new pony, and when I bought him, I wanted to call him up, and I called his wife up. I just miss him.
To be honest with you, I haven't even walked over there to look. Yeah, I haven't went over there. It just wouldn't be the same.
Lucas trained many other trainers, including Mike Maker, who is now set up in Barn 44. But Dwayne Lucas, not the only trainer missing this year. There's another one who will be missed.
Yes, it's another legend. It's Hall of Famer John Sheriffs, who was just nominated and he was accepted into the Hall of Fame just last week. I wanted to give you a look back at his legacy.
Finish, and on the wire, it's Giacomo!
In 2005, John Sheriffs found himself in the Kentucky Derby winner's circle with Giacomo, who had 50-1 odds, one of the biggest long shots in history.
What a training job. This is a horse that only won 1 race. It showed some potential, but did you see any indication that he was going to run this kind of race today?
Well, we knew that he was improving off of each race, and that's what kept us going.
You have to know if your horse has talent, and then you have to have the patience to allow that talent to come to fulfillment. And that was probably John's, greatest trick as a horseman, was he knew when the horse was ready to blossom and when to go and when to whoa.
David Ingordo is Sheriff's stepson. He knew him since he was 14 years old and said he seemed healthy when he died suddenly at the age of 80 in February.
Shock's the best word. I'm usually not short for words, but on this subject, it's just been a shock.
Just last year, Sheriffs had Baeza in the Kentucky Derby, who finished 3rd.
John Sheriffs was a little bit of a horse whisperer.
His secret then? The daily carrot smoothie he gave Baeza. Darren Rogers of Churchill Downs says Sheriffs usually requested this barn on the backside.
Because you could take your horse out of the stall and just in the afternoon graze in the grass, as the cars go by on Longfield.
He trained the great Zenyatta, who won 19 straight races and narrowly lost to Blame by a head in the 2010 Breeders' Cup Classic under the Twin Spires.
He'd bring her out here. The media would graze, watch her graze and line up here. And you had fans stopping in cars all the way down here on Longfield. And they would look at and John would bring Zenyatta over to the fence so they could see her. He knew she was the people's horse.
Darren shared this picture he took then with Zenyatta, who was named Horse of the Year. David said there was an internal family debate whether sheriffs would consider Zenyatta or Giacomo his biggest professional achievement. So, yes, Sheriffs is not here, nor Dwayne Lucas, and it really is so sad, especially because Dwayne would always bring his horses out really early, and to see him on the backside was just so much fun.
Yeah, now it's kind of like something is missing.
Yeah,
here
for
on
sure.
The backside. We'll be right back.
Good morning. So there was a record set with attendance yesterday here for 5-0 Tuesday, 29,650.
I'm sure with it being such a beautiful day yesterday, that kind of helped out, gave people an incentive to come out and enjoy it.
Yeah, and people should still definitely come out today. Just because it's looking really gloomy right now doesn't mean we're going to stay that way throughout the rest of the day. Here's what we're dealing with right now. This front and the low pressure still just draped across wave country. And so the reason that we've been dealing with round after round after round of rainfall, you were seeing some more of that rain in portions of Indiana. For Jackson County, you're recovering from the storms that we had earlier this week, and now unfortunately you have more rain moving back into your area, but nothing severe, thankfully for you. We're also watching some light showers stretching anywhere from Madison to Carrollton, with a few areas of drizzle still in parts of Shelby County. In the metro, this is where some moderate to heavy rain is showing up from Shively to Okolona to Hillview. This is where we're seeing some of the heaviest rain. The heaviest rain right now, right along 65 south of the Waterston Expressway. So for those of you about to head out on your morning commutes, keep that in mind. Additional rain from Corden down into Breckinridge County, and also from Shepherdsville back towards Springfield. Lebanon, you're getting some showers. Same thing for those of you towards Greensburg and even towards Columbia. Our temperatures have not moved much. The clouds, the rain keeping us on the cool side. Overall, still sitting in the 50s and the low 60s. We do look to rebound into the mid to upper 60s for later on this afternoon. And the reason that we try to warm up a little bit more will be because of the drier conditions for later on today. So yes, we're still dealing with those showers around right now. And once we get towards noon, notice we start to gradually dry out. So we'll do drier conditions for the afternoon and only an isolated rain chance for this afternoon into the evening. So the second half of the day, drier with a mix of sun and clouds. We'll add back in some clouds tonight initially, but those look to clear out once you roll into portions of your Thursday. So while today's starting off soggy, tomorrow's looking pretty good. We'll see more sunshine for your Thursday afternoon with some of these highs in the low 60s. And then for your Oaks Day, watching some light rain showers in our forecast, some areas of drizzle, highs in the upper 50s and low 60s. So Oaks Day is one of those days where you want to have a cute jacket, but also have a poncho nearby just in case you get hit by some of that drizzle, because you know you don't want those feathers to fall on the fascinators and the hats, right? And then for Oaks Day, we are watching to for some more of those light showers, but Derby Day, cooler, drier with a mix of sun and clouds. So as of right now, I'm going to keep that Derby rain chance low, but keep the cooler temperatures as well. Once we get further into next week, we'll add in warmth, we'll add in some rain chances as well, but we're about to get into May, so I guess the April showers do really bring May flowers. So
It's better because with this rain that's coming down, especially right now, I heard it just really picked up.
Yes. So that's that next wave moving through, and then we should get some drier weather gradually coming our way for the rest of the morning.
All right, thanks.
I haven't planted my flowers yet, by the way.
Neither have I. You're good.
But I'm kind of glad with the being in the 30s. Yeah, so it's good to wait. So you still have a couple of hours if you want to race out here. If you'd like to see some of the horses on the track, because they do open up the track until 10 o'clock here at Churchill Downs. So head out here. You can park for free in the yellow turquoise lots and then head to the section 115 to 117. But it looks like everyone is leaving that area because of the rain.
Yeah, but hey, hopefully it'll dry up later today for the Belle of Louisville. They'll be back in the Great Steamboat Race tonight. Last year, the Mary Ann Miller was declared the winner because the Belle had to sit out, had some damage, but good news here, the Belle is making a return and hopes to take the coveted silver antlers this year. The Belle will be racing against the Belle of Cincinnati, and we talked to both captains this morning, and they're pretty intense with their smack talking, and that'll be decided tonight at 6 o'clock, and we'll even have live coverage. Natalia Martinez and Jose Zazaya will be on board each boat, and they'll be doing their own smack talking as well. It gets pretty intense out there.
It certainly does. It's a 14-mile race, so starts at 6 o'clock. You can watch it on Wave News. We hope you have a wonderful day. If you're heading out here for Wednesday, support all those local nonprofits, and hopefully you'll walk away too with some cash in your pocket. Maybe you'll win.
Hopefully lots of winning around there. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great Wednesday.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Hi there, I'm Shannon Kogan alongside Olivia Russell and meteorologist Tawana Andrew. The crowds have cleared out because the rain is just coming down.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll dry up for the big race tonight.
Yeah, the Belle of Louisville will be back on the Ohio River, the great steamboat race tonight. The Marianne Miller was declared the winner last year. The Belle had to sit out because of some damage, but good news, they spent the winter working on her, and she is back and ready to go. So they're hoping to take back those coveted silver antlers this year. The Belle of Louisville will be racing against the Belle of Cincinnati. Those captains doing a lot of smack talk this morning. And if you want to check out the race, it starts at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll even have live coverage for that race. Natalia Martinez and Jose Cezallo will be on board each boat talking all that trash, and hopefully it dries out for them. Tawana?
Yeah, for them it's looking considerably drier for later on this afternoon. So for those of you who are planning to come to Churchill, don't cancel those plans. We're seeing right now this next wave of rain currently making its way through our regions of additional showers from Bedford to Seymour. Light rain towards Madison and Carrollton. More of that moderate to heavier rainfall now in the metro. So keep that in mind if you're going to be heading on about the heaviest rain right now from Hillview to Mount Washington and over towards Fern Creek. Additional heavy downpour showing up from Brandenburg into Breckinridge County, and from Shepherdsville to Springfield, also seeing some more of that rain, spotty showers in portions of Greene County and Adair County. Your temperatures are still in the 50s and low 60s, so grab the rain gear and also that jacket overall. Good news, as I mentioned, we are going to be drying out as we head into the rest of today, so drier conditions showing up as we head into the afternoon as temperatures rebound into the mid to upper 60s for highs.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
A new Kentucky Derby Festival event is expected to light up the Ohio River in its debut tonight. It's called Water Lantern Festival. It's happening at the Festivale starting at 6. You're welcome to create a personalized lantern. At sunset, you'll release it onto the water of the Ohio. Tickets are $57.99, and it includes entry, one kit with a lantern, and entry into a scavenger hunt giveaway. Anyone under the age of 18 must be accompanied by an adult 21 years or older. And Carson, hopefully the rain clears out for people heading out to Festivale tonight.
Yeah, we're in good shape later on this afternoon, this evening, Marissa. We just got to get this rain out of here this morning, right? Still pretty widespread at the moment, but I do expect over the next hour or two that we'll transition more from the steadier rain to just some spotty showers. That'll be with us through the rest of the afternoon. So if you are heading to Wednesday at Churchill Downs, don't cancel those plans later on today. Just grab the poncho just in case we have one or two more of those isolated showers pop up later on this afternoon. Futurecast shows the bulk of the rain moving out later this morning. May even get a couple peaks of sunshine. We'll still see more clouds than sun today, but we can't rule out a few peaks of sun here or there. Again, small chance for a rogue pop-up shower or two this afternoon. Any of those showers we do see later today will clear out overnight tonight, and that'll set the stage for a dry Thurby. But you notice the temperatures keep trending downward, not just for Thurby, but also Oaks on Friday and Derby on Saturday. For Oaks in particular. Yes, we are still tracking that chance for a few more showers as another system moves in from the north and west. Right now, it looks like the highest rain chances on Oaks Day will be in the morning and early afternoon. So hopefully we can dry things out as we get closer to post time Friday night. Derby looks mostly, if not totally dry with a mix of sun and clouds, but it will be chilly with those highs stuck in the upper 50s.
This Wave News Update is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good morning, I'm Marissa Berg. Louisville police say they have found and recovered more than 40 guns reported as stolen. LMPD shared this update online saying they got word of what happened after a burglary. The department says SWAT agents helped them track down the stolen weapons and they found 48 guns within 2 days. Officials say their priority was to